Hey everyone, here's a Jormungandr official review from my perspective. I think she turned out to be the best hero in the season, even better than Odin. Fenrir turned out to be one of the worst heroes ever released, although she still does work if you pair her with Narissa and Aphrodite, which can spam ultimates a lot of times and therefore they can scale up the Fenrir, but this is a very, very expensive lineup and it's not really for everyone and it's mainly for PvP. I found some usage in PvE with her, but she's no better than someone like Dao-chan or whatever you spell her name. So Jormungandr, I think, is the best hero of the season because of the synergies, because of the effects. After the buffs, she became so much better. And Odin, despite being having a unique mechanic and being a 1v5 menace, I think Jormungandr is overall a better hero, but this shouldn't really downgrade Odin. Odin is still great at what she does and will still remain to be strong. I think they are both winners of the season, but they do quite different things. So the rework actually removed her swap, which I was complaining about being too random, and her immunity to instance of skill damage is now to all allies and it triggers far more reliably. I think they have perhaps watched my video and saw the complaints, but I'm not sure because I haven't really spoken to them about this other than complaining in the video of the theoretical review on her skills. So I'm not sure where the decision came from. They also reworked her runes, which I said are pretty much useless, and now they're a mandatory thing to have. Like if you invest into her runes, they're pretty much Pandora's best friend. You can pair this with Pandora in PvE, and I heard she gives the same results as Hela at 10 stars does, with runes, of course. So Jormungandr seems to be a better buffer than Hela when it comes to Pandora, but that's all theoretical and coming from a chat, and I haven't had a chance to experience this myself nor test because I'm not really spending the amounts that can afford this. So I will have to wait season 13 to test it myself because I don't really have anyone who is reliable to test it for me. But yeah, so far I think Jormungandr is going to be great moving forward. Her synergies are carrying her. Her old force is truly amazing. The after each action she has a chance to cast Strangle additional time and it works great. Her damage is absolutely massive. Even at 8 stars, I've been using her in Yggdrasil, even at my level. She truly is one of the stronger heroes, and I think she's worthy to get to 8 stars. And I think her runes, getting her to epic runes, is going to be worth it if you can spare the money. If you can't, then just wait season 13 and get her legendary runes. She will likely be top priority for the legendary runes, given that I test her first and then add her to the list. But I have a feeling she's going to be one of the top tier legendary runes to get because of her and Pandora's interaction, especially because of this skill multiplier buffs Pandora insanely in both PvE and PvP. I have had some usage of her in PvE even without the runes. In Forgotten Trials, she buffs Pandora very nicely. I haven't tested her in Celestial Trials because that's mostly done, but I think she will have a place in any PvE as long as we can get her runes. She has a great damage despite the low scaling and despite hitting frontline enemies. Her damage is really amazing, and I think you should summon for Jormungandr to 8 stars and then Odin to 8 stars. I think her 9 stars upgrade is pretty amazing as well. So if you're going further than 8 stars, I'm going to say Jormungandr to 10 stars and then Odin to 10 stars. So I would split it to Jorm to 8, Odin to 8, and then Jorm to 10, and then Odin to 10. Further, I would upgrade Jormungandr and then Odin. I think she's just slightly better than Odin. Like, they do different things, like very different things, and they excel at those things, but I think Jormungandr is more versatile than Odin. On another note, I think I should state that Odin has a slightly more impact when it comes to tombs because Odin completely removes the holy shields that tombs give if you're not using the full synergies. So Odin at 8 stars has a far more better reach and far more snowball, assuming the tombs become meaningful again in the next season. Although if they remain as useless as they have been this season, then Jormungandr I think would take edge, but this is pretty much a gambling decision whether we expect the devs to make the tombs meaningful again, or they will remain to be quite useless since they are pure PvE content. So if you deploy Odin in tombs and for random synergies that don't really match the requirements, Odin will just remove the holy shield from the tombs, and therefore you will be able to clear without needing to fulfill the synergy requirements. That's just a note that I was supposed to make from the Farb, and he made a really good point. So keep in mind that Odin, as I said, both heroes are really, really good. They do different jobs, but they do excel at those jobs. So I'm not really sure which hero is better since they are both good. I think you can decide on yourself whether you want to focus on removing the holy shields or whether you want to have your Mangada ready for when her runes drop. And so that decision is completely up to you. But if you were to listen to me, I think better long-term investment would be your Mangada, but I also see Odin being a must have in some cases. Like, look at the Rift Odyssey, for example. There's a lot of bosses that require Holy Shield removal. While Audrey does the job, Odin just gets the job done far better than Audrey. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Both heroes are S plus tier in pretty much all of the contents. They're exceptional at what they do, and yeah, the devs really hit the nail on these two. Like they work properly, they're not buggy at all, and they do a lot of damage. They do a lot of for the team. So if you want, you can get both of them. Like they're truly good heroes. You won't be making mistake if you get either of them to 8 stars. It's just a matter of preference whether you want to have a future proof holy shield removal or you want to have a future where you will have your Pandora buffed insanely when you get your Mangantor legendary runes. So, just a quick recap is going to be Odin if you want to have a hero that removes holy shields and holy armor in PvE, and Jormungandr if you want to be future proof, assuming that there's no other hero really similar power to her, and that her you will be saving legendary runes for her to get them as soon as she drops in the season 13 when her runes become free to play viable. But yeah, apart from that, they're both exceptional in PvP. I think Odin does a bit better in the terms of 1v5ing the teams because of her scaling and because of the entirety of her kit, but that does not mean Jormungandr is far worse. She's like maybe slightly worse, but they are still two of the greatest heroes in this season and maybe even in the few past seasons. So both are exceptional, both are worth to get, especially to 8 stars. That's their mark. And yeah, good luck on your summons.